Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and today I'm watching a game trailer to a game that I actually play in VR sometimes, but I always end up stopping just because Steam VR doesn't play nice with my computer. Uh, and I really wish that this game supported the native Oculus SDK, um, because that always runs better. Uh, yeah, I play this game in VR, and I really wish I could continue it. And I'm kind of waiting to finish this game until I have a better computer that can actually handle Steam VR and the Oculus runtime at the same time without making the games very frustrating to play in VR. I can run the game just like fine in 60 FPS outside of VR, but I don't want to play it that way because VR is just so much better to play games. If there is an option to play a game in VR, I automatically will want to take that choice because even even at the laziest port, it's still a better experience than just playing it in 2D. Being inside the world will always be so much more immersive. And I mean, obviously, it's VR. You can't get more immersive than VR. At least, at least today. Maybe in the future, where we actually have like simulated reality instead of virtual reality, then it'll be more immersive. But at the moment, you can't get more immersed than in VR because you're literally in there. You're virtually in there. Uh, but yeah, there's a new update to No Man's Sky, and it's called Origins. So I wonder what they're going to add. Last update, I think they added all these like new things you could discover, like ships, like dungeon ships, which sounded really cool. But I haven't gotten to any of that because I can't play that game for very long because the performance is just terrible. So you could probably, I mean, I haven't re-uploaded it from my old channel. Probably re-upload that, but I did play. I did do a let's play of like the early parts when it first came out in VR. Um, and I haven't done much. I have played a little tiny bit further from what I've shown in my videos, but I feel like in the grand scheme of like the game, I haven't done much. I just went to like one of those big ships where other ships dock in them in space, and I played multiplayer with a friend, but it was only for like 2 hours, so uh, I haven't done much more. But yeah, let's see what they added in this new update. Seems they're doing something unique here. I don't like the third person view, but I mean, I appreciate it exists for people who want that. I wonder if this is a new type of planet with green grass, because I don't think I've seen one of those. But then again, I haven't played that long. It seems to me the point of this so far is the increased diversity in planets, maybe? Like a Death Star looking thing. Oh, look at that! Stuff in space? Space jellyfish, that's awesome. Ooh, mechs? It definitely seems like they're increasing the diversity of the planets. Oh, pretty sure that's the sandworm that people really wanted back from the original trailer, I think. All right, so it seems the point of this trailer was that they're basically working on the diversity in the planets that you visit. They just added a whole bunch of stuff that makes alien worlds seem more alien. It seems they also added a whole bunch more types of creatures. I don't know if they themselves are randomly generated. I mean, I hope they are because the one of the things I really enjoyed about Spore was that you found so many weird and like interesting looking creatures because of that random generation. Though it kind of helped that like the creatures that you could find in Spore could be created by other people, which means they're not really randomly generated. Um, and that, I mean, that sort of community content creation for a gigantic world universe is, I think, really. I think it probably works better than just pure random generation. They could seem kind of samey because a person's creativity is far more interesting than something that's just going, randomly applying sliders and uh, presets. So uh, I hope that someday they do add an update like that where people will be able to make their own creations and upload them, and then anybody visiting a planet would be able to see those kinds of creations. It kind of reminds me. I mean, one of the things I love about Dragon's Dogma is the fact that like every pawn that you could come across in the world is somebody else's pawn. And that's really awesome. Like you just see all these like random and interesting characters that couldn't have been made just by like a random generation thing. Because I mean, I found Megumin in Dragon's Dogma. You can't get much better than that. Anyway, I don't know how I started talking about Dragon's Dogma during a No Man's Sky trailer, but this seems like it's gonna be fun going back to and continuing. Though I do hope they've increased the performance because performance is the thing that has. I mean, I might just go back and try it again in VR just to see, but I'm gonna read the changelog and stuff first just to make sure that they've done performance increases because if they haven't, then there's no point. One of the things that does bug me though about No Man's Sky in VR is that it does seem to be like a fairly um, a very big lack of effort when it comes to VR. I know it seems like a lot of people are really think kind of the opposite, but in my opinion, they're doing the like basic minimum to make it a VR game. They're doing they did more than Bethesda, obviously, with uh, Fallout 4 VR and Skyrim VR, with the actual like implementation of like your using your physical body. But I feel like the rest of it isn't really like the thing that bugs me the most about No Man's Sky VR is that like they don't take advantage of the fact that it's VR in the ways that you would think. Like the fact that your HUD isn't even a HUD. It's like this display that's floating like 4 feet in front of you instead of being, in your helmet, just like in your VR headset. Like that should be fairly obvious. Why wouldn't you have your user interface in floating in front of your face? And, like turning around and like having your HUD follow you. That's so much better than just having it in front of your physical body and having it like collide with like the terrain and having things be in front of it. Like, why would you do that? That's such terrible design. There's also, I mean, I can't really complain too much about this because it's just barely becoming a standard thing in VR where like your body is physics based, where you can't actually put your arm through things. But I can't really blame them for not putting that in because it's a fairly recent VR revolution, I'd call it. I mean, I'm hoping it is because it's like the best way to do it. Uh, at the very least, you can still jump around and stuff like normal, which is better than Half-Life Alyx can say. I just wish it ran better with Skyrim VR, and Either that or have Open Composite work like it should, and it doesn't at the moment. At least not the last time I checked. Open Composite being a third-party application that lets you run Steam VR games with the Oculus SDK, which means it'll run natively with the Oculus software instead of having to open Steam VR at the same time, which drains additional resources on my CPU, which is my weakest part of my system. So, yeah, I still really wish things like that would be an improvement. If one of the things in their update is like native Oculus SDK support, that would make me just so happy. Like I would probably be able to play the game perfectly in that case. But well, maybe not. I mean, it's still no sky. It's still going to take up a lot of CPU. Uh, but yeah, this looks like an exciting trailer, and I don't know how long I made this video. 10 minutes out of a 2 minute trailer. All right, well, uh, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.